So starting from daily, we have already seen the price making lower low and a lower high, and it has taken a beautiful reversal at this supply zone and confirmed with a strong red candle. And it has yesterday it gapped up, it made a doji. So is it a neutral candle before a bigger red hourly? We have seen a very beautiful concept called liquidity sweep. I'll explain this. Let me explain this liquidity sweep in a little detail. So we have seen while the price was going, making higher high, higher lows, this was a supply zone, and this supply zone was mitigated, or this supply zone was tested yesterday around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And if you see this high wick candle, these are the candles where the market is actually preparing for a bigger move on the opposite side. So this is where the institutional players bring the price up. I mean, we can say that the institutional players or the big players, they would definitely want to, like, after this bearish engulf, there are a lot of players, a lot of retail traders who have entered, keeping the high of this level or high of this candle as the stop loss. So that is where a lot of liquidity is actually available for anyone to go short. That's what these big players, I mean, this is a very typical price action concept, that it takes out all the stop losses, and basically stop loss is liquidity for anyone to sell. I mean, so this is a very common phenomenon. You see that even the high of this supply zone is sort of, the wick is slightly going beyond the high of this supply zone. So if you can, I mean, this is a very typical example. This is a very typical example, and whenever things like these happen, we also can say that this fair value gap which we have marked in gray, the median of that fair value gap got tested. So fair value gap again as a concept is a very handy concept, which we can use to catch institutional moves or to catch big moves where the where the traders are sitting, where the big traders are sitting. So yeah, I mean, this was a beautiful fair value gap, liquidity sweep. And yeah, I mean, post that the price, as of yesterday, the price was not making any lower low. We have to wait and see if the price is going to, where the price is going to open and what is it going to do. Let's get into the opening. So the beginning, so the opening candle itself, it opened at almost 100 points, almost 70 points down, and this used to be a, so what used to be a demand zone earlier, now we can safely call it as a supply zone, because it has overtaken the whole of the supply zone. And so as we discussed this fair value gap, my entry was here itself. I had I wrote a call which was in the money, and I'm sitting very comfortably with uh, with a good decay happening, with this big red candle gapping down. And to understand where are the possible uh, I mean, where the possible supports, where are the possible uh, we can have potential supports from the last candle perspective. This is a huge gap which may get filled, right? This is something which we are likely to see if the price continues its trajectory downwards. And also there is this demand zone which is at the uh, previous peak. So we should not be surprised if we see, we should not we should not be surprised if we see this cap or this demand zone getting tested, right? So yeah, having said that, let's jump into what is happening in the candles. So I mean, no trade as such. I mean, there's no specific entry for a fresh trade as of now. Let's see what is happening now. The price is further going down and making new lows. Can you again see there is another fair value gap getting created by this strong bearish candle? So this fair value gap got filled. Now there is a creation of another fair value gap. If at all the price comes and tests this zone, we can expect the median of this supply zone. Now this is also become a supply zone, and maybe the fair value gap median to get tested. That is how I would want to read this candle. So opening candle in the first half an hour itself, you see this is rapid downwards movement, and the last candle, last green candle, after which the price started to make a started to move up. Let us mark it as a demand zone, intraday demand. So we can assume, so this is the hourly support level. So if I were to take you back into hourly time frame, this is the hourly low which got broken down. So I will wait for this support which got broken down to get retested for an entry, for a re-entry on the bearish side, or at least this fair value gap median to get tested. So now we see in our trading time frame, which is 3 minutes, now we see that the price has already made some bullish move, and with a intraday demand zone, we can see this intraday demand zone lying here. Can that demand zone get tested? That is the question. We see price getting, we can expect some reversal. So this is a higher low. This demand zone is getting is giving beautiful entry on the median of this demand zone. Can we expect a 1:3 kind of a trade here? Let us see. So I will keep this low of this candle as my target, and I will keep reviewing. I will keep low of this candle as my target, because the bearishness is, the bears are very strong today in the market. So I will not be hoping for the fair value gap to get tested right away. I will just wait for my 1 is to 2 or 1 is to 3, 1 is to 2, 1 is to 2.5 also is a good trade to have for a small reversal to happen. I would preferably want to book this trade after this inverted hammer, because the bears are very solid. Bears are very strong today, given the price action we have been discussing. This liquidity sweep, wherever this liquidity sweep happens, it is something which, where this if you look at this liquidity sweep move, whenever something like this happens, let's not fight the market. Let's just align our, even if we are taking a trade against the market, let's just keep it very realistic, conservative, and close the position. So you see the price is just doing sideways for some reason, not making any significant low, significant high. It's just doing sideways. So that was my only trade for today. I was already holding one trade from yesterday. So this big move plus this move, I was able to convert these two moves into an iron butterfly with 20, not iron butterfly, it's a covered triangle. 24,900 sell, call sell, and 24,800 put sell. So I'm currently sitting with 142 points on a 50-point spread. So net I am there to gain 92 points on this. This happened right at 3 o'clock. Nice. And the price closed after this. Can we say, as long as this demand zone is not violated on Thursday, we can expect some bit of reversal and price making it till 224,875 or this fair or this median of this fair value gap. Let's see. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much.